A ghetto boy without the 209. Lil homie facing life, he getting crucified. Hard times had me sitting down cooking rhymes. Remember bumming for $1, snorting heavy lines. But I leveled up, fell victim to a sacrifice, making clever moves with my pawns and knives. Most wanted in the streets, but that's a part of life. This is the land of milk and honey, baby, stars and stripes.
Hey yo, what's good with everybody, man? I hope everybody's having a productive day, feeling blessed, and like I always say, it's one life, one chance. We only got one chance to do this right. Let's get it done. So with that being said, man, there was a comment that was made. And you know me, it's not really about addressing the haters per se and giving them like acknowledgement because, you know, that helps them out. No, it gives me content. So let's get right into it. So with that being said, hit that subscribe button, hit that like, always leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Check the links in the description for my Apple and Spotify music. Go ahead and run my streams up. And you can check out my playlist section on my YouTube channel and check out my music right there. Thank you guys for you guys' time. Most importantly, thank you guys for you guys' support. Now, somebody left it in the comment section that my Torta tells in the song was degrading. It was negative, that it makes me a hypocrite because I'm just degrading a bunch of women, and that I'm a hypocrite because I'm supposed to be all about positivity. So let me show you and let me tell you how my videos and that song is a form of positivity in my aspects. Now, I knew it once I seen Mr. Criminal beat me to the punch. And then the kind of hate he was getting, the kind of disrespect he was getting, the kind of flack that he got because of him dropping that video, I understood that it was going to happen to me too. And honestly, I was waiting for it because I was waiting to express myself in regards to this. So I get out after doing 15 years. And I'm pretty sure this video is going to make a lot of people make fun of me. But you know what? I'm just being honest and transparent. So I get out after doing 15 years. And mind you, there was a couple of occasions I messed with some cops out and out of state. Nothing big, but I was young around that time. But see, what people don't understand is that when I got out of jail, I paroled to my mom's house before I moved out like in 6 months. So I'm living with my mom. I had to get my ID. I didn't even know how to drive. I was 18 years old, had just did like 3 years in YA. I was only out for like maybe 6 or 8 months. I didn't learn how to drive. I barely learned how to drive at the age of 32. So I have all this going on. I'm so far behind, and I still didn't grow up. At the age of 32, I came out with a young mentality because life on the streets, you know, it went on, but to me in my mind, it was still the same. So when I got out, I was still the same person. Just all I was thinking about, just going to the streets, running amok. Obviously, after 15 years, I wanted to be next to a woman. That's all I think about. That's all I think about every day. I don't want to be next to a woman. So I get out. The first thing I do is create my social profiles. Obviously, people recognized who I was, got at me all crazy. But here's the tricky part. Here's the part that a lot of people are going to make fun of me about, but I'm going to be honest with you. Every time I would approach all the bad girls, the girls that were in shape, slim waist, big butts, big boobs, pretty in the face, model material, Instagram material. I didn't know what Instagram model was. I just looked at all these bad girls like, dang, man, times have changed. I'm trying to get at this. I'm trying to bag that. I'm trying to bang that. I'm trying to make her toes touch her ears. Or I'm trying to pull her hair out till she need a wig afterwards. All that. Guess what? I was getting curved left and right. Why? Because I live with my mom. I didn't have a car. I didn't have a job. So all these women, which nothing wrong with it, they became judgmental towards me. And plus, I was a little chunkier when I got out, a little healthier, chunkier, but I was still I just looked different. Tatted up, and I was real aggressive with my approach because all I knew was living in that prison cell, thugging it out, approaching people in a certain way, looking at people a certain way. All I knew was violence. I've been through so much violence in the penal system that I didn't even know I was mentally messed up. It took a lot for me to finally realize, like, you know what? To this day, I'm still unstable in my head, but I try to be positive about it. So now we got all these bad girls that I've been trying to knock. Like, man, what's good? Nothing. No girl that has her shit together wants to come and pick me up or pick me up from my mom's house. That's how do you think I felt? After 3 weeks of me sleeping with that one girl that was riding with me, and I finally decided, you know, to go see the world and get it out my system and be a dog for once, getting curved left and right by beautiful women, making me feel like I was less than, like I wasn't worth it, like I wasn't shit. So I started noticing as my profile got a little bigger and I started doing music, yeah, the women that were getting at me were big women, beautiful women, thick women, tortas, chunky, wide in the hips, big in the guts. To me, I looked at it like, wow, I wasn't about to treat these women the way these other women treated me. And to this day, I get treated like that. That's what I'm saying, is that when I had the opportunity to mess around, of course, I'm trying to get it out of my system. So it didn't even matter. But what tripped me out the most is that all these tortas, these big women that I tell my stories about, make fun of, but keep it real, I got all them girls on my Snap. They all see the videos. They ain't gonna come on camera and do an interview. They're just not like that. They just get a kick out of it and they just laugh because that's the personal relationship I have. I'm not gonna talk about girls that I lost touch with and just make fun of them all over the YouTube. I'm not. So it's kind of sucks that some people are gonna be prejudgmental about that. But I can't make everybody happy, and I can't help anybody understand. So mind you, I got all these big girls throwing it at me. Come on, I'm fresh out of jail. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm finna get with this, I'm finna get with that, I'm finna bang this, I'm finna do that, we finna go out. Do you think I was really embarrassed? As much as I make fun of these stories and try to give you guys a good laugh, I didn't have no shame in it because these bad girls may have looked at me like, oh, look at him, he's with a big girl. In my head, I was like, man, you didn't give me the time of day, but she does, so guess what? I take her out to eat. I take her to Pismo. I put gas in that car. I do this, I do that for them. We go shopping at DD's. We go to Burlington's. Yeah, I'm taking big girl to Burlington's when I could have took you. I didn't want to discriminate no woman for that matter. So my Torta videos and my Torta song, yeah, it sounds like it, but in all actuality, I just made an anthem for these big girls because they're underappreciated. Because every rapper in the music industry is making songs about BBLs, women that have BBLs. That's the new trend right now. Slim waist, big old butt, everything fake, 10 layers of makeup. That's all everybody notices. That's all everybody likes. That's all everybody's liking on Instagram. And big girls embrace their body nowadays to the point like they're just as beautiful as a baddie, an Instagram model. So to me, telling these videos, I'm just showing love to the big girls that showed me love and gave me the attention that I needed when I first got out. But here's the part that's gonna make you guys laugh and make fun of me, but it's by all means. My PTSD and my trauma that I got in my head from being locked up for so long, even with these big girls, just one thing I never said in my Torta videos is that half the time I really couldn't get it up. Half the time I was so anxious and so nervous, and sometimes I'd get around and like as much as I could talk to a girl just like this on camera in person, the moment you put me in bed with a girl, I get nervous. To this day, I start shaking. It ain't even about being attracted to them or not. I think it was just in my head. Am I gonna do good? Am I gonna perform well? Am I gonna last longer than 2 minutes? Am I gonna do this? Am I gonna do that? And if it happens, is she gonna make fun of me? You know how many times that I couldn't get it up, and knowing damn well I was in the mood, knowing damn well I was attracted to this big girl and this beautiful girl. Imagine how she felt. But yeah, all of them, the ones that it did happen to, didn't look at me no different. They understood that something was wrong with my head. Something that really took place with me mentally that I just shut down. And then I would get mad and I'd get angry. My anger issues would kick in. So now I'm fighting my PTSD, my nervousness, my anxiety to just want to please a woman, sleep with a woman, be with a woman. And most of the time I got up, sometimes I didn't. And for the times I didn't, they didn't judge me. I bet you if I was in the bed with a bad girl, she would have made fun of me all over Instagram, made fun of me on Twitter, made fun of me on her Snap, like, oh man, this fool couldn't even get it up. He must not like wooty woo. He must be gay. These women didn't treat me like that. So let me tell you this Torta tale. One time, beautiful girl I met, beautiful, but she was bigger. And I didn't care because the simple fact that she was going out her way to come see me. So when it came down to the nitty gritty, I think we were both nervous. I don't know what it was. I don't know what was going on. Maybe I was working too much. Maybe I had so much stress on my mind from beefing with everybody, then trying to get laid at the same time. I don't know what it is. To this day, I still try to figure it out. Because she came over, we attempted to hook up. I just didn't get up. And I didn't understand why. But she didn't feel bad. She didn't make me feel bad. She said, we'll try to do it again some other time. I ate it. I had to eat it. And I sent her on her way. I went to work. And in front of my homeboy, I was like maybe 3 hours into the shift and I had a mental breakdown. And I had a mental breakdown in Central Valley Media where I sat there and I just had tears in my eyes. And I was like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like, what's wrong with my head? And my boy seen me that I had tears in my eyes. He's like, what's the matter? And I broke it down to him like, I don't understand, bro. I've been going through this for a long time. There's some women that give me up. There's a lot of women that didn't. Sometimes she can give me up now. Then sometimes the next time she won't give me up. And I don't understand what's going on. Maybe I'm thinking too much. Maybe I'm stressed out. Happens with Tani as well. And I don't know how to figure that out. So I went home, stressed myself out for about a week. Then I went to a doctor and I talked to him because I was doing mental health classes when I first got out. But then once I got off parole, they just automatically cut them off. I needed the help, but at the time I didn't even take it serious because I didn't think I needed help. So I wound up going to the doctor. I talked to the doctor about my issues. Like, hey, bro, like I think I might have ED issues or something. And he kind of looked at me and laughed. He was like, bro, you're like 32, 33, 34 years old. It was somewhere around that time. He's like, you don't have that problem. I think it's just your PTSD. It's something in your head. You gotta deal with what's in your head. Your head's what's stopping you. You're in your own head. Your mind's doing the thinking for you. And I was like, nah, bro, you need to fix it, bro. You need to fix it. I don't want to go through my life like this, bro. I'm too young. I just got out, bro. I don't want to be like I don't want to feel like less of a man. But you know who didn't make me feel like less of a man? These big girls I talk about. These tortas. These big, beautiful women that actually gave me the time of day. Gave me the time of day. They didn't judge me. They were just cool with me. And obviously they were looking for some diggity. Obviously when I could, I gave them some diggity. But to this day, I respect them for them giving me the time of day. I don't respect these bad ones that didn't give me the time of day. That judged me. That looked at me like, you live with your mama. That big girl was right there in that car picking me up from my mama's house. Just so I can get laid and come home happy. Just so I can enjoy life. So I can know what it was like to be free. So I can learn to appreciate freedom and not go back to jail and be in a cell with another man beating off. No. So that's why I do my Torta tales, because at the end of the day, bro, they're the ones that show me all the love. They're the ones that show me all the appreciation. Yeah, I make fun of them, but guess what? I had that relationship with that people where they made fun of me too. And that's the kind of person that I would be to any of my subscribers if we ever got to kick it and be, bro, let's just joke around. Make fun of me, I'll make fun of you, I'll make fun of them, they make fun of me. But let's have a great time. I've never taken nothing personal. Even when I read the comment sections and people make fun of me. I'm a J-Cat. I was a cholo tweaker. I did everything that's being said about me. Oh, you're a YouTube snitch. You're a rat. I know you're messing with the cops. Hey, I just get a laugh out of it. I don't mind it no more. I learned to take a joke. I learned not to take everything serious. So you shouldn't either. Because because the day they come at me and be like, hey, bro, I don't like the video you put about me, take it down, I'm going to respect that, and then I'll stop. But in the meantime, I know outside the camera, me and them are having a great time laughing about it, talking about it. They're the ones reminding me of certain situations where I'm like, oh, yeah, I could do a video about that. I could do a video about that. So there's nothing degrading about it. It's just me being funny, me being a content creator, me telling my life story. But, so the doctor did give me it was 3 pills. I had to pay $10 a pill. It started with an S, like Nididol or something. I did it all, like Didifidol, whatever. And I would pop them every time I got with a big girl and go for hours. And then I run out, then I'll be like, man, then I would start freaking out in my head. I'll be like, damn, bro, is it gonna work now? And throughout my relationship with Tani, it worked, but then there was times where I'm not physically trying to do it because I'll be so busy with YouTube. I was so busy with work and then coming home and doing YouTube and exhausting myself, trying to be this big content creator. But sometimes, the sex life, it was at a standstill sometimes. And I had to reprogram myself like, hey man, you got to do this. This is a part of life. Don't get absorbed into this YouTube world. Don't be absorbed as becoming a content creator. Don't be absorbed in trying to please an audience that you'll probably never ever meet. But it happens. I do this for you guys. I do this also for my pleasure, but I'm also taking away from me living a normal life. Mind you, I moved out of state. I'm in a different state. Tony's in California. We're doing our own things. We have great co-parenting skills. We're great at what we do. We're raising our kids together. That's it. So now I'm out here nervous all over again. Mentally, hey man, what happens if I run into the next girl? Is it going to get up? I freak myself out. Should I approach a baddie or should I go back to, messing with the big girls because they're the ones that actually show me love, and these baddies are going to look at me like, bro, he got too much tattoos, he's this, he's that, and just shut me down. I deal with that mental battle all day. And I told myself, don't take those pills. That way you don't become dependent on them. That way, let it come naturally. So what people don't know, people don't really understand is the personal battles that I deal with. Yes, it feels good to be successful. Yes, it feels good to have a big name, and my DMs are getting not flooded, but some people are getting at me like, "Hi, how you doing? Well, you cute?" You know what I mean? Never had that before. I was always the one that, like, I knew I was ugly. I knew I was out of shape. I ain't none of these gym rats that are hella big and got the face with the thick eyebrows and hella yoked and, all the women are looking at him. No, I don't have women looking at me. But I appreciate the ones that did look at me, and the ones that do look at me, I don't neglect them because I don't want to treat anybody different the way I've been treated the whole time I've been out of prison. So I make those videos for fun and entertainment. And trust me, I'm not disrespecting nobody because I have talked to the people about these videos, and they're okay with this. So as long as they're okay with it, you should be too. There's nothing degrading about it. While rappers are making songs about baddies, I feel like making songs about the women that are overlooked. So that was my objective with the Torta songs. So I'm kind of glad I was able to get that off my chest. I was kind of glad I was able to talk to you guys about it. There's a lot more that I can go into detail, but honestly, there's just some things that I'd rather work on by myself without help, because that's what makes me feel like a man, is that I need to fix what's going on in here. I need to learn how to balance life out. Like, now that I got jobs, now I have to go to work, learn when is appropriate time to do YouTube, when I can call my son and see him and spend time with him on the phone, FaceTime, when am I going to see him again. Learn to develop a social life out here where I'm not wanted, where people are not looking for me, where I'm actually free to roam without looking over my shoulder. That's what it's been like this past month and a half now that I moved out of state. It's like I'm starting over again, a new beginning. So obviously all the things that I went through mentally, all the PTSDs, all the triggers, all the anxieties, all the nervousness, every time I'm doing these temp jobs for now until I find a full-time job. Every time I go to a different temp job, people are looking at me like, I got to deal with that. Women and men looking at me like, bro, like they ain't never seen a dude with tattoos before. So I go through a lot off camera, but I do my best to stay committed to being on camera for you guys while I deal with my personal problems. It's not easy always asking for help. Plus, I never knew how to ask for help. I just kind of just do my thing and just fix myself the best way I can. And if it's unfixable, it's unfixable. But I'm glad I got to share that with you guys, man. So for those that think that I'm being a little degrading on these Torta tales, my apologies. I'm just being funny. I'm just being entertaining. And as long as the women that I'm talking about are not feeling disrespected, I think we all should be okay about what I'm doing. So with that being said, like I always say, it's one life, one chance. We only got one chance to do this right. Let's get it done. Peace.